Hey y'all, and welcome to the Max Life. So it is moving day today, and we are about to take you down to the other side of the property and show you who is moving out and why they are moving right now. So something we've never really dealt with before is our sheep getting out. Now, the problem is not our older sheep, it has been the babies. Now, we had them rotating with the cows because they kept knocking our temporary fencing down over on the other side of the pond. They had wonderful eating over there, but the babies kept getting tangled up in the fence. This was like a multiple times per day issue, so we finally decided to move them. We put them up here in the permanent fence where our dairy cows and their calves are. Well, guess what? The babies kept getting out of the fence again. When the babies would get out, the mamas would follow behind. Now, Trump is actually still down there with the dairy cows and their calves, but the mama sheep are back over here in this pasture where they were. They were in the garden, so Colby just moved them over. It was actually on a day that he was at work and just happened to see them down here. But we ran into the problem with they are still getting out of the fencing because of the babies. It all boils down to the babies. They were over in our garden last night, ate several rows of our peas, which they were only kind of small still, but that's a problem. So we're about to fix that today. We are going to put the lambs in the barn right here where the chickens are. Y'all are going to see us build a permanent, very tight, heavy-duty cage for them. So they're going to be weaned. They have ruined their stay to stay on nice grass. We are also putting, if you can see this right here, which I was walking in to do, we are putting fencing up right here. The mamas will come back over here. We are going to try this. So the permanent fence along with the temporary fence so that they can't get out. We're just going to make them an area. Hopefully this will work out. Who knows? If it doesn't work, we're going to be in a bind. We're going to try to trap them off to keep them away from this barn where they can't get out because that's where their babies are going to be. But we've got to go ahead and move them out. We've got to get a better grip on them. They cannot get in our gardens. If they continue to cause problems, we will either sell them or they will all go to the freezer. The mamas and the babies and Trump will be sold as a ram to somebody else. This is not something we play with on the farm. They are not going to get out and roam free and do whatever they want to do. When we have really worked hard to build up our areas of planting, they cannot eat that stuff down. So if they can't stay where they're supposed to stay, they can't stay here. All right, y'all, when y'all see my hair pull back like this, you know it means time for business. I actually don't like my hair like this at all, but I can't do the flyaways in my face when we're running animals. So you see that we have fencing down here all on the side. We have the tall gates down there all the way around the back side. We've got one more section we have left to do. We've already moved Trump into this field where the two ewes are going to come, and we are hoping that this is going to really keep them contained where we can get the babies weaned off and then decide what we're going to do with them. I know the little ram is going to be cut. After a ram is cut, that's called a wether, and he of course will go to feed our family, but then we'll have the little ewe as well. I'm hoping that once the little ram gets cut, he won't cause us much problem. We have always seemed to have a little bit of an issue with Trump as the rams tend to get older. A couple of the ones in the past we have put in the freezer, which that was their destiny anyway. And one of the rams that we had decided maybe to grow off and replace him did not end up working out, so we ended up selling him. But you see we have him separated out from the dairy cows on the other side that I was just telling y'all about. So we have 2 layers of fencing around this whole field. This is fencing that has been put up in storage. We usually pull this kind of stuff out in needs like this, kind of like you saw me do around my high tunnel up there. This is what we used to move all of our birds in, but it does come in handy that we have situations like this, we can whip the fencing out, and it is giving us double protection where the moms are not going to be able to, even if they try to go through under the fence, they can't really do that anymore. And we're going to wean the babies off. Once we wean the babies off, we will give the mamas that time to dry up. Then we're probably going to bring them back in. We'll see how things play out from there and decide what we need to do from there. It was not a fun challenge separating Trump out from the cows a while ago, because the dairy cows wanted in on the green grass and Trump wanted to stay behind the cows. So it actually took me, Aiden, and Colby to separate him out. And what we ended up doing is letting the Jersey bull come in with Trump and then running the Jersey bull back out. We were able to do it that way. However, it's just going to get even funner. I know that's not a word. It's going to be even more fun when we have to take our ewes from there over into the barn, make the baby stay and the lambs come over here. It is literally like a whole process ordeal. We cannot wait for Romeo to come back because we need him to help us guide them. He is a whole lot faster than us. So y'all saw us move the sheep.
Oh yeah, he is way faster than us. That dog is way faster than all of us. He is faster than me anyway.
Can you run fast though?
No.
You can't run fast? So you saw us move them over into this temporary netting over across the barn. That is when we realized that the babies are going to be causing major problems. They would get tangled up in the fence, and not just every now and then. This was like multiple times a day. When they would get tangled up the fence, bring the fence down, then everybody got out. Now, on that side of the property is one thing, but when they start wandering over here to where our garden is, that is a problem, which we have already run into a little bit with this fencing issue. So we're hoping that this is going to solve the issue for the time being. Get these babies weaned off, and I think we'll definitely be in a better spot for sure.
Get that out from under it.
We shoring it up for real, aren't we?
Hopefully. All right, move that piece right there. There you go.
All right, you need this to go down.
A little bit.
Watch your fingers, buddy. Well, we're done with the separating. You can hear them all yelling. The babies have made it in there. They are literally big troublemakers. And you can see that the mamas are already on this side of the fence, pacing back and forth. If I had it to do over again, I would use all the tall fence that's on the back on this side and the short fence over there. But we started with what we had, and the short fence is what we had. Yelling for their babies. They're going to do everything they can pacing this fence. I hope that they don't get themselves in trouble, and that this will allow them to realize that they've got to wean from their babies, because it's going to be bad news for them if they try to pull anything. We spent way too much time doing stuff that we shouldn't have had to do with the fencing anyway, so hopefully they don't get themselves in trouble. Our last chore for the day has been done. We are about to go have lunch. I don't know what I'm gonna fix yet, but I'm gonna find something. Then we're gonna clean up, and our community does a once a year really cool, I don't know if you would call it an event. What would you call it? I guess you could call it an event. It is 84 locations. Now, some locations have multiple vendors there. It's 84 different locations. Most of them are houses. It's yard sales. And I've seen some kind of prices, but you know, with them being yard sales, you're gonna find some really good deals. So we're not looking in for anything in particular, and we are going to have an envelope budget. And we're just gonna go look around and kind of enjoy the afternoon. It is kind of warm, but it is absolutely beautiful afternoon. But I'll take you guys along with us as we go and just kind of show you what it's about. It is in one area of our community, and when I tell you, it's just like yard after yard after yard after yard, and there is all kinds of stuff from old tools to antique dishes to clothing to shoes to toys to furniture. It is everything that you can think of. So we're gonna go and we're gonna check it out and see what all's there. The lighting is not great right here, but I'm gonna show y'all some pieces that I was able to find. Really, they were pretty decent deals in my opinion for my collection of antique white serving pieces. This was one of the pieces that I found. This was $5. I've been collecting this style for a long time. Several of Colby's grandmother's pieces, which will be handed down to my children. I was also able to find this piece right here. I have another serving platter just like this for $5, y'all. I also found this small cake stand, or sometimes I can put cookies and stuff on there. I have a glass top, but this was $7. I also found this for $5, which matches the two plates, and another bowl with the grapes. So I found all those pieces, plus this is probably what I'm most excited about. This is a recipe book that I found for $1 that is all cookies. So I'm very excited about that. Also found a couple more recipe books. I love recipe books. I'm just kind of like an old lady at heart, but I like to cook everything from scratch, and sometimes I just need new ideas. So again, $1. Here is another $1 recipe book. A 1979 Southern Living. So those were pretty good snags too, as well as the thing I'm probably the most excited about. It's going to be this piece right here. $4, guys, $4. This is a fondue. Water goes down in there. Whatever chocolates or cheese or warm dip that I want to go in here with the top. And all of these was with the piece. So I'm going to show y'all what the whole piece looks like. It is old, and you can tell that it has been used, but it is still very pretty, and I'm very excited about this find. $4 is quite a deal for that. So I didn't get a whole lot. I told you earlier, we really don't need anything, but this is something that I did not have, and for $4, y'all, this was a really good find. We are ending the afternoon with a family night. We've got the smoker on. We're gonna put some chicken and some sausage and some burgers on the grill. The kids are hanging out. The other kids are in the pool.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
It has been a really good day. We are finishing out the afternoon after lots of chores, kind of just doing thrift shopping kind of things, relaxing this afternoon, having a family night, spending time with the kids. Sometimes we just need that break to just throw stuff on the grill, sit on the swing, and enjoy the children. We hope that you guys enjoy this video. Thank y'all for always tagging along. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that, because we bring you guys along, show you our everyday life, show you the farm life. Thank you guys. As always, God bless and happy homesteading, y'all.